This is James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're on the road at the moment. With me I've got Danny, Cassius, Connor. How you keeping, Dan?
Good, mate. Good. Thanks very much. Yeah, all good. Everything's going well. So yeah, could be better, could be worse.
I mean, it's just coming up just over 4 weeks since we were last in action against Ricky Boylan on the O2 card. Good win for yourself. Looking back now, how do you assess that, Dan?
Do you know what? I thought I boxed all right. I did what I had to do. Do you know what? Really and truly, like in the actual fight in the corner, I was coming back to the corner at the end of the round. I didn't feel like, I was exerting myself as much as I what I needed to. But I felt like I was doing everything fine. I felt like I won the fight quite easily. I thought I won like first 5 quite comfortably, and then I gave a couple of rounds away, but I felt like I'd won the fight by like a good 4 or 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, well, probably even more than that, probably 6 or 7 rounds. But listen, at the end of the day, the last few rounds I took my foot off the gas a little bit, but then again that was only because I felt like I was quite a way ahead. I was ahead quite a bit. It's just one of them things, mate, at the end of the day, isn't it? It's just one of them things at the end of the day. But yeah, I felt I was ahead, so I didn't feel like I needed to push it any more than what I was. I took the last 2 rounds off, the 9th and the 10th, and to be quite honest, when I've watched it back on Sky and that, I still felt like I'd won them. I picked the better shots. Fair enough, he had the better work rate, but at the end of the day, it's boxing, not the noble art of hitting and not getting hit. Do you know what I mean? It's the noble art of self-defense or whatever. And I felt like that was pretty much what I did the whole game plan. Not taking anything away from Rick, because he's a strong, tough fella and he always comes to fight, like I've always said. But my style on the night was all wrong for him, and I just think that I was a bit more clever than Ricky on the night, and I just done what I had to do, mate, and got the win. So yeah, I was happy with it.
I mean, you went to light welterweight to fight that fight. You're now, I'm believing, going to drop back down to lightweight for your next fight. Would that be right, Dan?
Do you know what? I thought that beating Rick would open a few more doors for me at light welter, but it hasn't really. If I'm honest, I thought it might have got me a fight with Tommy Martin, or I don't know, maybe not. I would say any of them at that weight, but I thought that it might have opened the door for the Tommy Martin fight, or maybe the winner of Wayne Hibbert and Dave Ryan. Yeah, but it hasn't really come off, and I've heard talk. Don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard talk of maybe Tommy fighting Wayne Hibbert at one point. Good luck to them. Do you know what I mean? They've both earned the right to fight, and fight against each other or whatever. Tommy's 13-0, 14-0 now. He's just signed with MGM Marbella today, actually.
Has he?
Yeah, good luck to him. He's doing well for himself.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? Wayne done fucking well as well. Like, he was behind, but at the end of the day, he showed heart, and he stuck in there, and he come back and he grinded out the win, and he got the win in the end, which is really and truly all that matters.
I don't know about you, but I'd like to see a 4th fight between them.
I would, you know what I mean? I would like to see a 4th fight, but at the same time, do you know what I mean? It's just one of them, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's up to Wayne at the end of the day, and it's all about, boxing's a business, isn't it? It's all about what's going to make money for either of them guys, and you don't know what Rocky Ryan is thinking about it. Do you know what I mean? So see what happens, but I think that from what I've been told, not from no one important to be honest, is that they're gonna fight. So who knows? Maybe the winner of them 2 could fight Dave Ryan. Yeah.
So what do you want to do next then? You're going to obviously be fighting at lightweight, is that right?
Yeah. Well, after the Boylan fight in the changing room, I was doing my interview with Sonny, and Michael Devine came in and started piping up during the interview. Say piping up, he weren't being cheeky, it was just a bit of a joke. And he was like, yeah, me and you next. But he said it a few times, so I thought, alright, like. And then I said to him, serious, like, do you want to do it next? And he said, yeah, me and you, we'll get it on, we've got unfinished business or whatever. So I said, alright then, no worries. So then we got in touch with his trainer and his manager, James Paisley was his manager and his trainer Rod, and they was up for it. They said, yeah, we're going to do it. We'll do the fight or whatever. And then he's pulled out, and they've all blaming each other. Like James has said, it's Rod, and then I spoke to Rod, and Rod said basically they've just joined up together as trainer and fighter, and he wants to work on a few things before they take any like sort of hard fights now. So yeah, I think he's fighting November. So as far as I'm concerned now, we're just looking for an opponent. I would have loved to have fought Floyd more, but he's fighting in October on that show at your call, the same one Leon McKenzie's on. I think it's the 16th or 17th. So if Floyd comes through against that guy, I forget his name now, Danny something, ain't it? He's a Southpaw kid. If Floyd comes through against him, then he said to me that he'd like the fight, so hopefully Steve Goodwin can put me and Floyd more on December the 5th if it comes off. Obviously there's a few ifs and buts and all that, and you know, if that don't come off, I wouldn't mind fighting Tony Owen again. Me and Tony have sort of spoke about it, and he's up for it. Obviously he's manager, like me and Tony are mates, so we talk all the time about stuff like that. But obviously he's got a manager, and as of right now I think he's officially like he's retired, but we'll just see what happens. We'll have to see what comes. And but yeah, obviously I want to fight someone that's good, and I don't want to fight, I'm not interested in fighting journeyman. I want to fight good fighters. So yeah, we'll just see what happens, but December the 5th is the next one.
Is there any chance that you could be on the undercard of Anthony Joshua v Dillian White? That's a big fight.
I don't think so. It's a Goodwin show on the 5th, but I'd be straight up with you. I asked Eddie straight away, I was on his case to get me on that show, and he just said, no, there is no chance you're going to be on that show. And if you look on there now, the people that are on there, do you know what I mean? It's like Matchroom's Elite that are on there at the moment. You've got fucking Luke Campbell, people like that. Luke Campbell, Joshua, like all the top boys are going to be on it. I've heard something Selby might be on it. Like I said, I reckon Tommy Martin would probably be on it if they had if the Hibbert fight is made. I reckon that might be on there, but you don't know. Obviously, I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, I asked him, and basically he told me to fuck off. So that's it, really.
What do you think about the Joshua White fight? How do you see that fight playing out?
Do you know what? Sometimes I go back and forth. Do you know what I mean? Because Dillian, I think he'd be the first to admit, weren't the best against Brian Minto, and whereas Joshua just done what he usually does, don't he, and just blew out Gary Cornish. But I honestly think that if there's a man to beat Joshua, it's Dillian White at the moment. He's fucking strong as an ox. Do you know what I mean? He comes to have a go. He's rugged. He's tough, and the most important thing is he's hungry, and he thinks that he can beat Joshua. I mean, I like them both at the end of the day. I like whenever I've met Anthony Joshua, he's always been alright to me or whatever, and same, Dillian's always been cool or whatever. So I don't know, it's a close fight. Do you know what I mean? It's a genuine 50-50 fight. I think betting terms, Joshua's going to be the favourite, but don't know. You can't count Dillian out. Do you know what I mean? He's a fucking absolute monster, isn't he? And do you know what I mean? He's just a beast. So it's like that. It's the first fight that I've sat on the fence for a while. I can't even make a decision. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know who's going to win the fight. There's something about Dillian. There's something about the way that he believes he's going to win, and he's gone ahead, isn't he? He's proper got out there and said, I'm going to win this, and you can see he believes it. And like I said, there's a man to cause Joshua problems. I think it's Dillian. But we'll see what happens on the night, mate. We'll see what happens.
We will indeed. What about Kell Brook, Diego Chavez? What's your take on that?
I know people. I see an interview with Eddie the other week, and he said something about who was it? Said that was it Tim Bradley said that Chavez is a really tough fight. He's a really hard fight.
Timothy Bradley drew with Diego Chavez. I was there. Yeah. I was there for that fight. It was on the undercard. To be honest,
Kell Brook's a totally different fighter to Chavez. So I think that.
Do you think Chavez has done enough to earn a shot at the IBF world title, in your opinion?
Yeah, if he's got the draw with Tim Bradley in the past. Look, he's up there with the top names, ain't he? Obviously, I don't know. What, I won't lie and say I know all about him, because I don't know what his records are like, who he's boxed and things like that. I haven't really looked into him, but listen, mate. At the end of the day, I think Kell will take him out, mate. I think Kell Brook's quality. I think he's well underrated. Just want to get that calm fight on. Who everyone wants to see. That's the fight everyone wants to see, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the fight. That
is
100%
the fight.
the fight fans want to see.
Hopefully he'll come through this and Eddie and that can make that fight happen, or Eddie and whoever can make that fight happen. Maybe it could be on the same card as Quigg and Frampton. Who knows?
Yeah. What's your take on the Quigg and Frampton situation? Do you think it will happen?
Yeah, it will happen. I think so, definitely. It's like everyone says. Apparently, it's closer now to being done than it ever was before. But I think Frampton wins that fight. I really do. I just think that he's too good. I just think he can do a bit of everything. But then again, Scott Quigg's a fucking top fighter as well, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's shown that he's getting better with every fight. Scott
Got to
Quigg.
give him maximum respect as well for what he did against Kiko Martinez.
Yeah,
in his
he
last
took him
fight.
out in style.
Absolutely
he did.
wiped him out, didn't he? So
He did take him out in style.
maximum respect for that.
And he's a quality fighter, and he's Scott Quigg, but you just don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them fights where you're like that. It's just like. It's one of them fights that you can't really call, can you? It's like a 50-50 fight. It's a genuine 50-50 fight, but if I had to go with someone, not being disrespectful to anyone, but I'd lean towards Frampton, if I'm honest. That's it, innit?
Alright, well listen, Dan, I appreciate you giving me a bit of time today. It's only took it's the third time you've arranged to meet me and managed to turn up today, so I do appreciate that.
Well, busy man, mate. Everyone fucking loves me at the moment, don't they? So I'm making the most of it. Get the kids in. Get them in, Cog. Cam, say hello to Highfield. Highfield team.
Thought you went to sleep.
Yeah,
Is he in the shot?
Yeah, he's in the shot. Yeah, and Louis is asleep. Lucky he's not awake, mate. He'd be screaming all over the interview. Yeah, interview on the school run.
Domestic Dan.
Domestic Dan, that's it.
Congratulations on getting engaged, by the way, Dan.
I know, I'm punching a bit with her, aren't I?
I ain't going to say that, mate.
Well, do you know what? Everyone says that I'm punching, but I don't know really. I think she's punching. I'm a bit of a face round here. Yeah. She knows that she hit the big time with me, isn't she?
Face for radio.
Well, whatever, do you know what I mean? I'm a good looking fella, James. Let's not take that away from me. And I'm funny, do you know what I mean? I've got a lot of fucking things going for me. I can talk the back legs off a donkey. And I've, amongst other things, but we'll just leave it as that.
Alright, well listen, thanks Dan, I appreciate it, mate. I'll catch you again real soon.
Cheers, mate, nice one. See you later, James.